What we got?
Mike, what have you seen from the Lions on tape so far?
They're a really good football team, hard playing, well coached, a lot of scheme diversity, but also hang their hat on their calling cards, so to speak. On special teams, a hard playing group. Again, it's the theme throughout all three phases. Obviously, they're really aggressive in certain situations and willing to take calculated risks. So we'll need to be ready for those. And on offense, I think that the gap scheme married with the wide zone, play action passes, drop back game on time. Goff's playing fast, making fast decisions, getting the ball out of his hands to his playmakers. Both runners are really dangerous in their own way. Offensive line is probably one of the best in the league, if not the best.
All right. That was head coach Mike Macdonald. Mike Macdonald is the new head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. You know, they had Pete Carroll for 14 years there. He was a very exciting, energetic coach that came from the college ranks himself. And he did win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson looks like he might even be getting traded to Miami. Ain't that, how people's careers change later on in life? But Mike Macdonald is the new head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. We haven't beat the Seattle Seahawks in the last 4 games. We played them 3 years straight. And we haven't beat them yet, man. And it's been some close games. Like last year we had it was 37-31 overtime win. Oh my goodness. And then a year before that, it was a 48-45 game, I believe. And then the year before that, that's the year that Jared just really didn't do good at all. I mean, we started off very bad, throwing interceptions. He threw 2 interceptions early in the game, and they beat us that game 28-14. Man, well, that sucked. Anyway, what I was saying is we have to beat this team. We have to beat this team. We have to come in with a mindset to beat this team. Dan Campbell said it in his press conference the other day. He said one game, he said after being beat 3 or 4 times, are you kind of getting tired of it? He said after one game, I was getting tired of it. So here we go with Mike Macdonald coming in, coaching this new franchise. Mike Macdonald was with the Baltimore Ravens for like 10 years. But then the last 2 years, they upped them and moved them up to defensive coordinator. So during the 2022 and the 2023 season, he was the Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator. Pete Carroll was also a coach that really put an emphasis on defense. So him coming from the Ravens, that's probably one of the reasons he got the job, because they want to maintain a certain ability on defense to pressure and sacks and to dictate the game and even win games on defense if the offense is not, coming along. I think that's something that the Lions is looking forward to doing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we got to look at Geno Smith. We're looking at our new opponents. The Geno Smith, he has been killing us with his legs doing the running. So they're saying, the Detroit, we have struggled with the running and the mobile quarterback within the last couple of years. But I think they have that settled right now with being able to collapse the pocket. And then the big part of that was not being able to cover on the outside. Geno Smith, drafted by the Jets in 2013. He's been with Seattle since 2019 with a 39-41 record as his career. Right now, they're ranking Geno 6th amongst quarterbacks right now. He's been doing a pretty good job. He has 9 touchdowns so far. But I would say, and their defense is ranked number 2. So let me put in my own personal opinion. My own personal opinion is they haven't played nobody. The quarterbacks that they have played are horrible. So the offense that they have went against is nothing like our offense, which our offense won't look like the regular Detroit offense this week, because of, Frank Ragnow. It's hard for me to even say it. When Frank Ragnow is out, everything changes, man. Everything changes. The run, pass, he is the best offensive lineman. I said that in my last podcast. I truly believe he's the best offensive lineman that we have, and I know he's the best center in the NFL. So once he's out, things are not going to go. Not to say that we're not going to be able to step in with Corey or one of the other guys and do the same. Well, Graham Glasgow will be replacing him at center, of course, and then they'll be pulling someone from the practice squad to replace his spot. First, we have to deal with this offense. I think first thing the Lions have to deal with the running backs. They want to run the ball. That is their thing. They want to run the ball first and then pass the same way we do. And they got this guy, Zach, plus Kenneth Walker. You remember Kenneth Walker from Michigan State, the Michigan State guy, drafted second in 2022 in the second round. Been doing very, very good, but Zach has been holding the load and been the number one running back this year. Zach has 141 yards in the 3 games that they played, and Kenneth Walker III has 103 yards. Both of them, they're doing the 1-2 punch just the same way that the Lions is doing, and these guys are hard to take down. So that's something that we definitely got to get in. That's something that they want to do. So if we can stop the run and make them one-dimensional, I think that will play into what we need to do to win. DJ Metcalf on the outside. This is a big guy. He's been in the league for 6 years, 6'4", 235 pounds. He got 35-inch arms and 10-inch hands. This is a big guy, and he runs a 4.43. But I'm telling you this. Let me put a bet out on this right now. That boy is going to end up with a couple of penalties. DJ Metcalf have an anger problem. And I believe just the way we play, naturally, just the way that the Lions play, just hard-nosed, I think he's going to take offense to it. He's going to take offense to being blocked, and run plays extra hard or whatever. He's going to take offense to that. I think he's going to lose his cool and probably swing at Terrion or push him or something. He might even get ejected for the game, but he's going to receive a personal foul penalty out of something that he's just going to do, because he ain't going to be able to control his temper. I think the Lions just play too hard-nosed, and this is one of them guys that just always loses his temper. He cannot control himself. You can get up under DJ Metcalf's skin. He's an awesome player, but you definitely can get under DJ Metcalf's skin. Okay, well, that brings us to the play of the game, or the keys to the game, brought to you by Fire Ass Munchies, and that's with the AZZ. You can look it up on Instagram. This week, she got some specials. I almost drank up all my Kool-Aid. She got some good specials today. You get a pouch. I'm almost pouches gone. And you get a Jello shot, all medicated. You get 2 for $7. You get both of these for $7 this weekend only. And if you call in for the party, for her to come up and set up a party table for you, you mention this podcast, you will receive the 25% off. Okay, let's get into this. First, we got to go to Josh Pascal. Josh Pascal is replacing Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport is out for the season with a pectoral injury. This is going to be a big loss to us, because he was really doing good. And like I said before, the 5 sacks that Aiden had in the game previous before, I believe Marcus had a lot to do with it, because he was collapsing the pocket, and then you got Aline also collapsed in the middle. It was just a lot going on, and I believe that man, he was just only getting better, and things was going to click because they was just gelling together. They were starting to just gel together. That was just the third game, and for him to be out. But Josh Pascal, third-year guy out of Kentucky, 6'3", 283 pounds. This guy is a big guy. I said in one of my last videos that he was a different type of rusher and a different type of pass. Well, that wasn't true. I made a mistake on that. He's not a different type of passer. They basically are the same type of passers. What I was really saying is that I will see in Marcus being more effective than I see when Josh Pascal was in. But now I believe Josh is ready, and this is his turn. This is his third year. He's ready. And then seeing Marcus in front of him doing his thing, I mean, I think that motivates anybody to say, man, when I get my shot, I'm a elevate my game to that much and that level. Plus, we got to have James Houston, the third-year player out of Jackson State, 248 pounds, 6'1". Yeah, he a smaller defensive end, but you're going to need both of these guys, I think, to replace Marcus Davenport. He's going to have the speed and the bend around on third down to maybe get in there and get those passers. And Josh Pascal can definitely be a run stopper, and he's going to hold the edge. So when the quarterback try to run out, he's going to have his edge set. Just like Aiden is on the other side, we guarantee Aiden will have his edge set, and that will leave less room for Geno to try to run and no lanes for Geno to try to run. We'll try to condense him into the pocket and then collapse him and catch him, just like we've been doing for the last 3 weeks. So I believe that'll be a big key. James Houston and Josh Pascal, both of those guys will be needed to replace Marcus Davenport. And then I say Malcolm Rodriguez, the 4-year player out of Oklahoma, 5'11", 235-pound linebacker. Now, he'll be replacing Barnes. Barnes is on the level. He was going to go to the Pro Bowl. That's 100% he was going to the Pro Bowl. But he's out with the injury. I don't know if it's a season-ending injury. They don't know if it's a season-ending injury yet. But he's going to be out for some significant amount of time. But I don't even think they blinked the eye in the organization, simply because Malcolm Rodriguez, was drafted, and he came in and he played. He earned the spot, and he actually started for us for a whole year as a starting linebacker. So we'll have no problems right there with just throwing him in there and letting him do his thing. He already played with Alex and Jack before, so what I'm saying, it's not going to be an issue where they have to try to find a way to work together and learn how to play off each other. I think that's going to click. The linebacker room for the Detroit Lions is probably one of the best situations that they have in-house as far as depth and everything else. Well, the Lions are the Seattle are 3-0. The Lions is 2-1. We definitely need to win this game before we go into this bye week. We got a lot of injuries. And if we can win this game before we go into the bye week and then try to get a couple of people back, then I think we'll do a good job. Offensively, we just got to maintain. Running game has to be there. We have to run the ball. Even if we're not getting, sometimes we don't get what we want out the running game, the Detroit Lions must run the ball on Monday. They must run the ball. They have to run the ball because Jared, I don't think he'll have the time that he needs to make down throws down the field or whatever because Frank Ragnow's out. I'm telling you, I believe when Frank Ragnow's out, things are not going to click. Offense was not clicking anyway. They were trying to get it together. They was building. They did a little better on the first half last game, but in the second half, the same things came back to haunt us. So I believe you have to run, and the defense will have to save us and help us to win this game. If the defense is on and popping, and we can make some stops and we can run the ball, that is the key to success in this game. Because I do not believe that our offense is going to pick up this week where we're going to end up 35, 40 points or something like that. I think we're going to be stuck at a mere 20-some point, 20, 24, somebody 23, 24. So I believe the defense definitely have to hold the offense to lower than 20. What they've been doing also for the whole 3 weeks. No one has scored over 20 points for us. And Gino, they haven't really won against nobody yet. So I think now that they're going to go against our defense, which is now ranked 10th, their defense is ranked 2nd in the NFL. Ours is ranked 10th. But if you see the opponents that they played, from Miami to the Patriots, I mean, they don't have quarterbacks. So that made, not to say that they're not professional teams still, but that did make it a lot easier for them as far as stopping other offenses and making their defense look like, they're superior to everybody else's. So I don't know if that's a situation. But what about to say? Damn, I forgot. Anyway, the Lions, Seattle, Monday. Holla at me. Oh, like and subscribe my channel so I can smoke some good top shelf stuff. And I can get discounts on Fire Ass Lunches. Peace.
I swear to God, I'm a classic trapper. The power and respect is the stats of matter. The ass talking shit cause they trapping backwards. But I will never quit, I'm like Matthew Stafford. I brought out to the end. Come back when the English D gon' set the trend. The English D gon' set the trend. The English D gon' set the trend.